Take me into the Holy of Holies. Take me in by the blood.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to Transform Minds TV, where we provide you with teachings that will transform your life. We believe that as you continue to listen to these teachings, your life will experience a total transformation.
For departed thence and escaped to the cave of Adullam, and when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went there to meet him. This was when David was running away from Saul. Look at the caliber of people who came to David. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented, they gathered themselves unto him, and he became captain over them. And they were with him about 400 men. Can you imagine the level of selflessness it takes to be captain over these people? You can't expect anything in return from these people. People who were distressed, people who were in debt, people who were already disenfranchised, and now he became captain over them. By the time we get to 2 Samuel chapter 23, 2 Samuel please, chapter 23 from verse 8. 2 Samuel 23 from verse 8. Their names are changed. They were no longer weak men. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had. David turned weak men who were in distress, weak men who were almost in debt, and he transformed them by selflessly investing in them until their names changed to the mighty men that David had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. Watch this. It says the same was Adino the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800 whom he slew one time. What mighty men. Next verse please. And after him was Eleazar the son of Dodo the Ahohite, one of the three mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines that were gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. Next verse please. The Bible says he arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary and his hand clave to his sword, and the Lord wrought great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to the spoil. Watch this. Next verse please. And after him Shammah the son of Agi the Hararite, it says, and the Philistines were gathered together unto a troop, where was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. We're reading to 17. Watch this. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it and slew the Philistines, and the Lord gave him great victory. Remember who they were before. Look what David turned them to become. And 3 of the 30 chiefs went down and came to David in the harvest time in the cave of Adullam, and the troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in a hold, and of the garrison of the Philistines in Bethlehem. And the Bible says David longed and said, watch this, it's good to raise men. David said, oh that I would drink of the pool of the waters of the well of Bethlehem, which is at the gate. And those who he had raised said, what did you say? You said you are thirsty, you want water from Bethlehem. Watch this. And the mighty men break through the hosts of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, David said, you've killed too many people. What warriors? What did I make you become? Don't expect loyalty from anybody you did not invest in. Don't appear in people's future and claim a stake in their lives. There are many people today who have not invested in building anybody. You just gather successful people and you want to claim their lives. No sir. If you were there during their dark days, they will remember you in glory. There are politicians who have gotten this right, others got it wrong. There are men of God who have gotten this right, others got it wrong. There are parents who have gotten this right, others got it wrong. May you get it right. Every opportunity God gives you, invest in someone. Some of them will ignore you, some of them will turn back. Don't worry. You will always find faithful people. Say, we remember, we have pledged our loyalty. Just because you are thirsty, they will pull down peoples of leadership. Visionary leaders do not maintain followers. They turn those leaders, those followers, to leaders. And like Dr. Miles will say of blessed memory, they will now turn the leaders into agents of change. Can I tell you this? Do not allow a generation pass without having your investment represented there. Some of these children that many of you see and push them in a bid to look for Joshua Selman, they are the next apostles you are pushing. Mighty men. It is my passion that God will think for yourself. I'm raising you for myself. That's already selfishness. That you invest in people selflessly. Can I tell you this? They may ignore you for a while, but the reality of your investment will bring them. One day they will realize that not everybody is that selfless. For someone, you can start with your children. There are many bad or bad, they land them outside. So those they are close to are those who fed them, intellectually and spiritually and otherwise. Can I tell you this? No matter how anointed I am, no matter how blessed I am, if I go to someone today in the generation of our fathers like Baba Adeboye, even if I remove a human head and fix it back as a miracle, they will thank me, but they will be on their way to redemption camp, because that is the voice that grew with them. The key to transgenerational relevance is don't just impact a generation, grow with that generation. Grow with that generation. Laboriously invest in the people. They may not reward you, but invest sincerely. A day will come when the presidents of nations will be people who are fruits of your apostleship. Impact them sincerely and watch them grow. Their honor and their lifting is what will keep you up. God does not throw people, he lifts people. Everything lifted is lifted because it is connected to the ground. No matter how high a skyscraper is, it does not float. Anything that floats in the air will come down.